Hey guys, Drifter here. Welcome to Advanced Warfare in Depth. In today's episode, we're going to be reviewing the AK12 R.I.P. This is probably the most requested gun this year on In Depth. I thought you guys would be more interested in all the BAL variants, but everybody wants to know about the AK12 R.I.P., more specifically the extra damage that it does, and we're going to talk about that today. The gameplay that you're seeing right now is not mine because unfortunately I do not have this variant, but a fan was kind enough to send in the gameplay. It's SchizoChris88 on Twitter. His Twitter is the first link down there in the description. He doesn't have a YouTube or anything to plug. He just wanted to see the episode, and I'd appreciate it if you'd at least go on Twitter and just tell him thank you for sending it to me. It took forever for him to upload. So let's talk about the AK12 R.I.P. It does have a damage increase. The long range damage, or its minimum, is increased from 24 to 25. That +1 damage on the chart actually translates to just +1 damage right here, and though that does not seem very significant, it will definitely add up and really change this gun later on because it changes the amount of shots to kill. The close and medium range damages are unchanged, so how fast you kill people right in their face and at medium ranges are completely exactly the same as the base AK. Essentially, the AK12 R.I.P. is now just a 4-shot kill at any range. Now the base AK12 is usually a 4-shot, but at longer ranges it can take up to 5 shots to kill, which can be kind of frustrating. This one 4-shot kills at any range. It'll also 4-shot kill at any range with a silencer. There's no damage reduction with a silencer, just a little range penalty, and since you can drop down to your minimum damage and still get a 4-shot kill, it's 4 shots everywhere. That makes it an amazingly, astoundingly, ridiculously consistent weapon to use, and it's very easy to get a feel for and very easy to go on streaks with it. Although I should also tell you that headshots are not useful at long ranges. It only has a 1.1x damage multiplier, and even if you get 4 headshots in a row at long ranges, it still takes 4 shots to kill, or even if you get 4 headshots in a row at medium range, it's still gonna take 4 shots to kill. Very, very frustrating. Headshots only useful up close, almost point blank. Don't even worry with it at long ranges. The next thing about this weapon that makes it an elite, because this is an elite weapon, it's, you know, supposed to be really cool, you're supposed to have some really good things about it, and maybe a few really bad ones, is that it has 20% less recoil. That's actually a really huge buff to the AK-12. The AK-12 in general is a very, very low recoil gun. I'm pretty sure it's about the most accurate assault rifle, fully automatic in the game. It's more accurate than the BAL and all the other ones. And this one has 20% less recoil. That's like getting a free foregrip. It might actually be a little bit stronger than the base foregrip. Now the AK-12 is pretty ridiculous with a foregrip. You can put a foregrip on this one if you want to and essentially have a laser, though I would recommend not. It's very, very accurate just as is. Now let's talk about the downsides of this variant, because none of the elite variants, or at least very few of them, are all positive. This one has a 10% slower aim down sights time. You might not notice it. I'm going to say you're probably not going to notice it. It's not the biggest of deals. You usually really notice it when you get like 30, 40 plus, like really huge, you know, ADS slowdowns. This one's only 10%, which is only going to translate to 1 to 2 frames, and I'm going to say that the majority of people probably won't notice the aim down sight time delay, but it is there. But the big penalty, the one that you'll notice right off the bat when you get this weapon, when you get to playing with it, is you have -8 rounds per magazine. Ouch! That is like 25% less ammo. I actually kind of spitballed that number off the top of my head. I'm not sure it's entirely accurate. Don't quote me on it. It's more like probably like 24%. I don't know. But that's a really brutal penalty. That's a really large portion of your magazine gone. That's going to mean a lot more reloading. You're going to have to be a lot more accurate with your shots. And the idea is if you have more damage and you're going to need less shots to kill on average, then your magazine doesn't need to be as big. But that's still a really big one. A lot of times it's like -2 rounds, -4. You don't have a reserve mag. -8's a pretty hefty penalty. For that reason, I'm definitely going to recommend extended mags in the at the end of the video here. And I think that this is an excellent AK-12 variant, maybe even the best AK-12 in the entire game. I'm not sure. The jury's still out. There's a few others that I need to look at and play with. There's one more that has extra damage. The Bleeder actually has a better damage profile than this, but it fires slower. This one has the base fire rate. It's more accurate. It deals more damage. The only real downsides are the little ADS time delay and the pretty big magazine penalty, but you can fix the magazine penalty with extended mags. So I think it's a really great AK-12 variant, and if you have it in your inventory, then I would highly recommend that you use it. And I think that it's best with extended mags and a silencer. These two are the real must-have attachments to optimize your AK-12. Extended mags is obvious. You use this to counter the downside of having 8 less rounds in the magazine. really going to help you out, going to bring it up a little bit above normal magazine count. Silencer seems to be a pretty obvious one too. If it's 4 shots to kill at any range, and that means there's no penalty for the silencer whatsoever, there's no reason not to use it. It just keeps you off the radar for free. That's really great. I kind of like it with stock. There's nothing really wrong with running a red dot sight or a quick draw grip or anything else, but definitely stick with extended mags and silencer. Those two are going to be your bread and butter right there on this weapon, and it really is a great weapon. I hope you enjoyed this in depth. I hope you learned something useful. If you did, don't forget to like, favorite, and subscribe. The previous episode was on the HBR A3 Average Joe, which was another good gun, and the next one we're going to be getting really in-depth and technical, talking about the AK12 versus the BAL 27. Be prepared for some surprises in that one. Drifter out.